welcome to another video. My name is Mitzi, aka the Loopy Scientist. In today's video, we are going to be trying out Premier Parfait Plush. I got this giant order in from, let's see if we like this angle better. I got this giant order in from Premier Yarns. I have actually never tried Premier Parfait Plush before. This is my first time trying it. I've tried out Parfait Chunky before, and is this called Premier Parfait Plush? Or is it just Premier Plush? It's gotta be Parfait Plush, right? Anyways, no. I had a mint, a green, a chocolate, and an espresso color from them before, and I hated the green one. Like, it's almost unusable, and I've used it for other patterns since then, but I use it very sparingly, but I quite like the other ones. However, Sweet Snuggles Lite is one of my favorite yarns, and I heard that this is kind of a alternative for Sweet Snuggles Lite now that it seems like Chenille Home Slim might be discontinued and we might not be getting any of those more neutral colors back. I wanted to try this out and see how it compares to Sweet Snuggles Lite and if I can use it in the same project. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so it's already like 9:30 p.m. here. So all we're going to do tonight is just open this and I'll show you the colors that I got. I got a ton of the colors that were available that I don't already have an equivalent of in Sweet Snuggles Lite. And then some of them like basic colors. I only got one skein of each color that I wanted to try, which is potentially a little bit risky, but it's fine. We're just gonna go with it. So let's go ahead and get in here. All right, so let's see. Ooh. Oh my goodness, this is so soft. Goodness gracious, hold on. So this is a red color in Chenille Home Slim, I believe. I don't remember what color this was, but I just grabbed it because it was right there on the shelf. And I would say that Parfait Plush, at least this color, is a lot more like squishy.
Soft and squishy, kind of plush and cuddly.
Than this one is. Like, they both feel really good, but this is honestly softer, so that's nice. So I got this navy blue color, this other blue, these green colors. I don't know why they gave me some in like plastic bags. I guess if I ordered multiple they would have given me those, but whatever. So these three green colors. This is, I think it's like mustard or something, and yeah, mustard and summer squash. These are all beautiful colors. Oh my goodness. This is carrot and it's super bright orange. Goodness. Ooh, this will be nice to make some carrots in, but also for like pumpkins and stuff. There's this neon pink, which I was really excited about because it's a really fun color. And this is in just hot pink. This is the name of the color. I got cotton candy. Got this chocolate brown color, which I'm pretty sure this is the color that I have in Parfait Chunky. Yeah, chocolate. I have that color in Parfait Chunky. And then I also got, the neutrals are at the bottom here. So this is toffee. This white color. It feels a little bit different than the rest of them, almost thinner. This is just white, cream, gray, black, and then I got this red color. So this red should compare to the Chenille Home Slim. So let's actually compare them real quick after I get all of this back in the box. But yeah, so those are all the colors that I got in Parfait Plush. And then I also have some colors in Sweet Snuggles Lite. So I'm actually going to try to use them together in a project, potentially. So this is the color Ruby in Parfait Plush, and then this is the equivalent color that I have in Chenille Home Slim. they look almost exactly the same, at least in this light, and they feel almost exactly the same. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so what we're going to do with this yarn to really test it out is I have a pattern that I'm going to be making. It is actually a Godzilla pattern. I am making it for my husband's birthday. I'm hoping he's not listening right now. I actually told him to put on some headphones while I filmed, which I usually tell him to do because I feel weird filming around him, but I told him to put on headphones today specifically because I am making this for his birthday and I'm hoping to surprise him with it. But yeah, I'm making a Godzilla pattern that I'm testing for my friend Jenna. It's Groovy Lala Co on Instagram. I'll put her handle here. And she's got a Godzilla and a Shin Godzilla pattern coming out next week. And I got chosen for that pattern test. So I will be working on that this week. And I know for sure that I can use the green. I was excited that I had already ordered this green. And I asked my husband what color he thought Godzilla was. And he said a dark green. So I'm going to be using this evergreen color for the body. And I think I'm going to use probably the white from Parfait Plush as well for like the toes slash claws or whatever. But I haven't decided what I'm going to use for this tail spikes yet. So we might need to look through our Sweet Snuggles Lite slash Chenille Home Slim and see what I can use for the spikes. And that way we can potentially use them in the same project. If for some reason I can't use them in the same project now, we'll just continue on with this video and then I'll find a different project to use them all three in, or use both yarns in. That way we can really compare them and see if they work up the same. I'm excited to have a yarn that's Sweet Snuggles Lite sized. I'm excited to have a yarn that is Sweet Snuggles Lite sized. Wow, that's so hard for me to get out, but you get it. That I am able to hopefully use with all of the SSL that I have left, because I'm kind of running low on the neutrals and it's been kind of hard for me to think of projects that don't require a lot of the neutral colors when I need to be able to use them for projects. So hopefully this yarn works out well and we will check back in whenever I am starting on the Godzilla pattern so we can choose what yarns we're going to use for that. See you then. Hello friends, I'm currently actually working on the head of this Godzilla. And for the arms and the legs, I'm going to use Sweet Snuggles Lite in this white color. So I am going to have a chance to work on this pattern with both of the colors today because I have some white left and I don't need a ton. So hopefully that they work out pretty well. They do seem to be about the same size from what I can tell. So that's good. I will let y'all know how that goes. I haven't decided on the color of the spikes yet. And, I'm actually hoping that I can sneakily ask my husband what color Godzilla spikes are in his eyes because there's so many different like adaptations of it. But we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I'm trying to be sneaky about it and I don't know how well it's working. Okay, hello friends. My husband just left because he went to go drop off his grandma at her house. And I took this opportunity to show you guys the progress that I've made on Godzilla so far. So this is the head. I finished that yesterday and then I worked on the body today. And the body's almost done. I basically just have to put the eyebrows, like the kind of like angry eyebrows on the head. I already did the shaping. And then I have to tack the limbs. So the limbs right now, they're basically like he's kind of like doing the splits. But this pattern actually has it to where you make the limbs actually straight. So he'll sit up straight, even though it's still no snow. So I have to do that and then get this head on there. And then I can start working on the tail and the spikes. And then I'll be done with this. I really love him so far. I think he's so cute. And he is a lot smaller than I anticipated. I think because the pattern designer made it in Bernat blanket, I was expecting it to be bigger, but he's He's little and I love it so much. I think that it's so cute. Like right now, I feel like it would be like a pretty cute little dinosaur, but he's gonna be a lot more, he's gonna be a lot more like, you know, aggressive and Godzilla looking later. But right now, he was so cute. I love it so much. But yeah, so this is what he looks like so far. I used Plush for most of the body, and then I use Sweet Snuggles Lite for the claws, and they're working out pretty well together so far, but I don't know if puff stitches are, I don't know if these stitches are actually like a good test to see if they actually work well together, because it's not like these will really be affected that much by how big the other yarn is. If that makes sense. Like I feel like I need to, I don't know, use these yarns for like actual color changes like throughout a body to really see if they work well together. So I might have to do another project to double check if this plush and Sweet Snuggles Lite are working well together. But so far, I'm really liking how he's turning out, and I think that he is going to be really great, and I'm loving the pattern. And once I get to the spikes, like that is the difficult part of the pattern. So once I get there, I'll check in again. But so far, or maybe I won't check in, I don't know. It'll depend on like how big like in the weeds I get. But I love the color of it, and I'm really excited to see how it turns out. I still haven't chosen the color for the spikes, so we will talk about that, I think, once we get there, or once I start working on them. I'll let y'all know what color I ended up choosing, because I haven't gotten an answer from my husband yet about what color he thinks Godzilla's spikes are, and I'm still trying to remain a little bit sneaky, so I don't know how I'm going to ask him that without being suspicious. I don't know. We'll see. I am just checking in very quickly because my husband is in the garage working out right now, and I don't think I realized how difficult it was going to be having a birthday present that I am making for him while he is in the house. So we both work from home, and then obviously like my crochet business is at home as well, and so there's not a ton of time where we're not together. So he's actually in the garage right now. He is working out, and I'm gonna try to make some progress while he's doing that. And if he walks in to the house, like my dog will go running, and I will throw this in a bag and, I don't know, pretend to be on my computer or something instead. And yeah, even last night I was working on it, and he had gone to drop off his grandma, and when he came home, legitimately, like my dog ran out, and I just bolted because I was in the living room, and I just grabbed my yarn, bolted, and like threw it in the closet, and then the like string of yarn was still behind me, so I had to like try to gather it all up before he actually came in the house after we heard the garage door. So it's been chaos trying to keep this a secret from him. I might just give it to him early, I don't know, but this is what it looks like so far, and I love the way that it looks. So he's got like grumpy little eyebrows, and then the legs are tacked on, so now he actually like stands, and I love the way that he looks. So I'm gonna get started on the tail and then the spikes, and I still haven't decided the color of the spikes, so we'll see if I'm able to start working on those while he's still out there or not. I'll see how long the tail takes, and then once the spikes are done, it will be done, and I'm super excited to be done with this and be able to give it to him. His birthday's not for another like 6 weeks, but the pattern test is happening now, so I wanted to go ahead and make it, obviously. And yeah, I am absolutely in love with the way that this is working out. Okay, I really got to get to crocheting so I can make some progress before he's done working out, so I will see you guys later. Right, I'm back, and I am done with the Godzilla. I'll insert some footage here showing y'all a little bit more up close, because I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it super well right now. but this is the finished product. I am absolutely in love with him. I love the spikes on here. If you can see, there are 3 rows of spikes. There's a center row and then the rows on the right. This is advertised as an advanced level crochet pattern, and I would agree. Even though it's low sew, there are a lot of different things that you need to know how to do. And one of the main things is this is all surface crocheted on here, and then you're kind of working to create the spikes on here. And I will say that that took me quite a bit of time, and there are a lot of instructions to try to get that on there, but I am absolutely in love with the finished product of this. I have already actually given this to my husband. I just took it off of his desk to come film this bit because I knew that I was going to have to post this on Instagram, and I didn't want to risk someone kind of spoiling the surprise before I was able to give it to him. So I just went ahead and gave it to him today, and he absolutely loves it. And I kind of took a chance on the spikes because there are some versions of Godzilla that like just have, I don't know, like charcoal spikes or something. But then he said that whenever he's like firing up or whatever, that his spikes are blue in certain cases. So I went ahead and did blue spikes, and I'm glad that I did because he said that this is the best version of Godzilla. So he was really happy with it. I really love the way that it turned out. If you are in the market to create a Godzilla pattern, there's this one, and then there's the Shin Godzilla. It's a 2-in-1 pattern, and the Shin Godzilla is the modification of this original pattern, and it has a few different instructions in there. But I am just in love with the way that this pattern worked out, and it stands on its own, so I could literally just put it down and it will sit like this. And my husband has already put it on his desk, and it just sits on there, and the tail just kind of keeps it balanced. And yeah, all around I am so impressed with this pattern. Now when it comes to the yarn, Parfait Plush yarn, I use Parfait Plush yarn for the main color, and then I use Sweet Snuggles Lite in white for the claws, and Chenille Home Slim in, I think it's like navy blue or something, for the spikes. But I was comparing the Parfait Plush, the Parfait Plush in navy to the Chenille Home Slim navy that I have, and they are very similar. I would say that Parfait Plush is a little bit shinier, so it has more of like a velvet look to it. You can almost see like the, you know how on a velvet pillow, like if you move it one way versus move it the other way, like it's a slightly different shade of that color. That's what Parfait Plush looks like, whereas I feel like Chenille Home Slim or Sweet Snuggles Lite in their original forms are a bit more matte. So I think that that would be the main difference that I've seen in these yarns, but other than that, they are exactly the same. They're the same weight, they feel the same on the hook, and they're about the same level of softness. If anything, Parfait Plush is actually a bit softer. So in general, I am really loving this yarn. Oh, and I want to show y'all, I want to see. So one thing I will say is that the center pole of this is like not my favorite to find. Oh no, I gotta stuff that back in. All right, I'm definitely gonna have to cake up this yarn because the center pole is kind of a pain in the butt to find, but I want to show y'all real quick. So say you are making a magic ring and you need to single crochet 6 into this. With Sweet Snuggles Lite, sometimes the magic rings were just such a pain in the butt, but look at this. Look at how easily that closed. Isn't that amazing? That is the thing that I'm most impressed with this yarn. That magic ring is so smooth, and I am not struggling to try to get it closed. With Sweet Snuggles Lite, half the time, every time I tried to make a magic ring, like legitimately, I couldn't get past, I don't know, 2 or 3 stitches without breaking the yarn. 6. So, see? Oh. Okay, so actually I was able to get the magic ring closed there, but it was not very smooth. Like I could feel that tug, and I even separated the yarn a little bit, trying to make that magic ring. This was so smooth. So I noticed that the whole time that I was working with this yarn, anytime I needed to make a magic ring, it was like butter. I am so impressed with that. And yeah, there were times with Sweet Snuggles Lite that legitimately, like, I had to use a bigger hook size or do 2 stitches, almost completely close the magic ring, and then put some more stitches, close the magic ring a little bit more, and keep going. Whereas with this, I never had that issue. So that is one really big plus to Premier Parfait Plush. Overall, I really like this yarn. I think that this was a good purchase, and I'm super excited to continue using it. So I ended up making a 2-headed bunny using both Sweet Snuggles Lite and Parfait Plush. The black is Parfait Plush, and then this teal color is Sweet Snuggles Lite, just so I could use them in the same project and see how well they work together. And guys, they're identical. I mean, I really can't tell the difference between these 2 yarns at all. And like I said before, I think maybe Parfait Plush is a little bit, I would say it's a little bit shinier, but other than that, they're completely identical. They're the same size, same shape, everything. They're identical on the hook, and I'm really happy with the way that they worked out. I think I need to potentially pin these heads down a little bit more because they're a little floppier than normal. It's not like they're going to come off, but they feel a little bit more floppy than usual. Anyways, yeah, they are identical yarns, and I'm really happy with the way that they work together. So I'm excited to be able to use all of these colors together, and now I have a broader range of colors to work with my Sweet Snuggles Lite in the same project, and be able to kind of normalize the yarn that I use again. That's it for this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below as to what you were working on during this video. I would love to chat in the comments, and as always, you can reach out to me on Instagram. My DMs are always open, and I will see you guys later. Bye!